Hello to Evertonians across the globe and welcome to our brand new matchday show from our world-class waterfront home, the Hill Dickinson Stadium. This is Dockside Live. We're going to be coming to you every single matchday, whether that is home or away, and you can catch all the pre-match build-up on our digital platforms, including YouTube, X and Everton TV. Now, once the action does get underway, those of you who have Forever Blue Plus premium and season ticket members, as well as those signed up to Everton TV Plus, can get all our exclusive content. So that includes live audio commentary, half-time analysis, full-time reactions, and also interviews with David Moyes and our players. So if you're not yet signed up to Everton TV Plus or Forever Blue Plus, then it's very easy to become a member. All you have to do is go to evertonfc.com/foreverblue/membership. Now is the exciting part, because especially for me as an Evertonian, every single game we're going to have a fan favourite in the studio with us, and it doesn't get more popular than this guy today. An Everton Academy graduate and with 329 senior appearances to his name, it is of course the one, the only Tony Hibbert. How are you doing, Tony?
I'm good, thank you.
Now, I've talked about the stadium here, our world-class new stadium. You've been here a few times. Talk to me a little bit about what it's been like to be here so far.
It's obviously it's an amazing stadium. Brand new, everyone's still trying to get used to the place. But yeah, everyone will settle down and it'll become as popular as Goodison at one day.
And in terms of Goodison, you've had the lucky experience of course, playing at Goodison for many, many years. But in pre-season, you also got a chance to test out this pitch as well. What's the comparison like?
Well, Goodison always had an arc on the pitch, so it was never a problem, but you could always visually see it. Here it's completely flat, and like playing, obviously it's sometimes since I've kicked the ball, and I was tired and sore afterwards, but I couldn't turn it down not to play here.
And for you yourself, I'm sure the fans want to know. I mean, you've been away in France for a few years, is that right?
Yeah.
You're now back. What have you been up to?
I've lived in France for a number of years, 4 or 5 years. I had a business out there, so I was dealing with that. It was obviously just a time to come back. I've recently sold my business and my property, what was there, so now I'm back home really.
And able to see the Blues in action as much as possible.
Yeah. Enjoying it, yeah.
And now a lot of, we've seen from other Premier League teams when they move into a new stadium, it can take a while to sort of get used to it and really settle in. But it seems like this team and these fans have really got behind the team, and it's been quite an easy transition. Yeah,
the fans are obviously brilliant. I think they wasn't going to hamper it in any other way. The fans have been great. It'll still take a while for the Goodison atmosphere to creep in here, but obviously the results and team performances, that will help it massively. But obviously being a new stadium, it will take a while for everyone to gel in and to be recognised around the place, and obviously getting everyone the feeling of what Goodison was here at the new stadium. That's only going to come with time.
And what have you made of our start to the season so far?
I think it's good. Obviously, the manager's come in. He's come in to settle the club. The main thing was to get it the way it was when he was last here. And I think he knows the club. So it is going to take some time for him to get his feet right in and settle the way he wants to. But at the moment, I think he's done brilliant for us.
How much does that actually matter in terms of the players, knowing that your manager knows the club like he does? I
think it's massively. Obviously, playing under me, I know what he'll want from the players. So the group, what I see, the squad, what we've got here, I can see quite similarities. It's a good squad and they seem a good bunch of lads. So they'll buy into his ideas and the way he wants to play. And obviously run the club as a manager aspect. But I just think it's the club needed him back here. And obviously he knows the inside out, so I think it's a good for everyone, to be honest.
We speak about the team. Let's run through our team for today. Not too many surprises, so we've got Jordan Pickford, Michael Keane, James Tarkowski, Beto, Njai, Jake O'Brien, Mykolenko, Grealish, Dewsbury Hall, Idrissa Gueye and James Garner. First of all, talk me through that team. I mean, kind of expected?
Yeah, I think we was expected that. I'll probably say it's our strongest team starting lineup. We expected it. It was just one of them that it's going to be a tough game today. It is, but I've got no questions or no doubt about that starting.
Well, with this fixture last season, someone who performed particularly well was Njai, and lots of praises for him after his performance against Man City as well. What have you made of him so far?
He's been brilliant this season, I think. Obviously, we all know the talent he's got. it's just that he needs to continue it. We've got some world-class players now being here at Everton. Obviously that we need them to shine a lot more, especially here at home. We need to make this a fortress. But like I said before, it is going to be a tough game, but we need to win here today.
And today, what do you think is going to be most important for our starting 11? Who are you particularly looking out for?
I think it's a team performance. I think Tottenham here, they are a really good team. They're fast, they've got some great players. It's not going to be easy, but I think as a team performance overall, I think if we can keep the ball and stick as a unit, we will create stuff. We've got the players to create stuff. So I think as the game goes on, I think it'll be better for us. Obviously, later on in the stages, I think we will nick it.
And even in our game against Man City, another very good team, of course. I mean, we still, of course, towards the end became more difficult, but that first half showed real promise of what we can do against some of the better teams. Yeah,
it did. That's how it was and how it should be, to be honest. That's what David Moyes wants. The first half, I think we were brilliant. It's just obviously you're playing against a world-class team again, and obviously they will go to tie you down and you will make chances towards the end. It is very difficult going to places like that, but we've got to learn from it. We've got to understand, obviously, being at home, we've got the advantage of our own fans, and these fans, obviously, they'll make you run the extra mile all day. So I think as the game goes on, I think we've got a better chance of getting something and creating more chances.
And how much is the fan base going to play into it today? I mean, we've got a brilliant view right here, but talk me through this fan base and this stadium and what they can bring to this team.
Yeah, the fans are massive. They are absolutely massive. Obviously, playing at Goodison with the fans, you needed the fans on side. And to be honest, it was always, you had to give the fans something, a little spark, with someone doing something. And obviously, they will just carry it right way through to the 90 minutes. When they're on form, there's nothing better than in the Premier League than the Everton fans behind you. They will push it, and they'll cheer everything, to be honest. So they give you a massive help.
How much did that help you when you were on the pitch, just knowing you had a fan base like this, and especially at Goodison?
It does. It's unbelievable. Obviously, growing up in the city, Evertonian, family being Everton, I'm surrounded by it. I couldn't get away from it. But the feeling of being at Goodison, and when the fans are on form, there's no better feeling being at home and playing at Goodison. And obviously, now with obviously the new stadium, it needs to carry on. It needs to be here. But that will come.
Well, I mentioned last season's fixture, and that was David Moyes' first win on his return to the club. So we're now going to hear from him in his press conference on what he had to say ahead of this clash.
Obviously, this weekend we know you got Jack Grealish back, and we highlighted just what an influence he's been. But at the same time, how reassuring was it for you, the chances that you were able to create against Manchester City in his absence?
Well, I hope that we can continue to do that. I mean, I think at the end of last season, without Jack, we were creating chances and we were scoring a few goals as well. So hopefully the players who've been here before are used to it. You know, we had some brilliant performances on the day, but obviously our levels are still below Manchester City. But I hope we can continue to make chances. It's really important for us.
3 points separate yourself and Spurs. What test do you feel that you're facing against them, particularly under Thomas Frank now?
Well, 3 points at the moment don't sound that much, but in truth it is quite a lot, because you know it's so difficult to gain points in the Premier League at the moment. You know, and it's tight in lots of areas. So Tottenham have always had a good side wherever I've known, always good teams. I think Thomas has had a brilliant start, started his management career at Tottenham in a good fashion. So it's a tough game. They've got a great away record at the moment, but we've also got a pretty good home record.
Thanks, David.
Thanks, Finney. We'll go to Fraser at Premier League Productions.
Just moving on from that, David, knowing Thomas as you do, obviously it's a pretty high pressure job at Spurs, given the expectation that club has. Did you always think that he was the kind of character that will be able to handle the expectation that a club like Spurs has?
Well, his work he done at Brentford was hugely going to get him another job because of how well he done at Brentford. He done a great job over the years, helping bring them forward and building a great side which they had at Brentford. So it was no surprise that he was going to get one of the big jobs somewhere along the line. I think he would have probably been spoken to by other big clubs, I'm sure, somewhere before as well. But I think Tottenham probably works for him well, keeps him in London, and it's been a good start to the season for him.
Well, those were the words from the gaffer. I mean, no one really knows him more than you in terms of being a player under him. Talk to me about what he is like as a manager.
he's honest. He'll tell you what he wants from you. Me personally, I'd rather have that as a player, knowing what the manager wants and what he wants. He'll happy give you all the praise in the world, but he'll also tell you what he wants and what he needs from you. He's just one of them people that on the pitch, training, everything's set out, everyone knows the jobs. So it's comfortable and easy as a player, knowing that how you want to play and what the needs of David Moyes' team.
And what have you made of his second spell so far, being able to watch from afar this time?
It hasn't surprised me. I knew for a fact when he come in, it was a great decision to get him back. I think the club was craving and needed him back here to get his foot in and stabilise the club, and that's what he's done, to be honest, stabilise it. But I know he's got a lot more to offer, and I know once he's got a bit more time and probably more signings coming in what he wants, the way we want to play, I can only see us going even better.
And for you personally, what do you think he brought out in you as a player and helped develop as a manager?
It was stable. It was obviously, like I said, you knew what he wanted, so you knew what you had to get to at a level and what he asked of you. So it was quite easy in that way. But obviously the coaching and the backroom staff, you've got to praise them, because it wasn't just David Moyes. It was a lot of people behind closed doors, and the coaches what we had come in and go, and all the players. It was brilliant working under them.
And I've spoken to a few of the players, and they talk about, his messaging when he first came back into the club and saying relegation is not what we're aiming for. We can't even look at that. Let's go forward. Does that surprise you at all? I'm guessing not.
No, I just knew. Like I said before, he knows this club inside out. He knows what the fans want. He knows the way it all works. And it was, obviously we needed him to get his foot in and stabilise straight away. And it did not surprise me one bit, to be honest, the reaction what we got. I just knew that he would change the club instantly when he first come.
And attacking-wise as well, I feel like we've really developed. We had a kind of strong base defensively, but I feel like under him we've really started to see our attackers flourish. What do you think he brings to an attacking team? Obviously,
we've got the players. We've got the players in now. What are the world class? They'll win games for you. And obviously he's given them the freedom to do that. I think it's enjoying to see the attacking options we've got in the team. But it's just one of them that David Moyes is first of all, you've got to be defensive, you've got to work for the team, you've got to be a bit defensive, and I think the team and the lads know that straight away. Well,
when we talk about attackers, there hasn't been many better than Jack Grealish for us. And Jack Grealish is a fan favourite, so it was only right that we caught up with him in our inbox segment. You can watch the full segment on YouTube, but here is a sneak preview of what Jack had to say.
Hey guys, Jack Grealish here. Thank you for sending in all your questions. Let's get into it.
Hi Jack, I'm 13 and inspired to play like you. What's one thing you'd tell your 13-year-old self kicking a ball in Solihull? Up the Toffees!
What would I tell my 13-year-old self? I think when I was younger, especially, I felt like I'd done everything right. I was just addicted to football. Before school, after school, my dad would always come out and play with me. Obviously, I made a lot of mistakes in football when I was younger and growing up, but I think it's so important, to learn from your mistakes and not get too down about them, because, that's how life is. We all make mistakes. So, just to be, dedicated and addicted to playing football, which I certainly was, and, to learn from your mistakes.
Who is your best friend in the Everton squad right now?
My best friend in the Everton squad, I would say, I'm probably closest with Pickers, obviously because I've known him a while. Tom King also I get on really well with, just a funny guy. Kiernan, Dewsbury Hall, and I'd say. And I get on really well with Jake O'Brien as well, actually. He's a funny guy, so.
In your childhood, what can you remember that was the best birthday gift for you?
The best birthday gift that I had, birthday and Christmas was always special in my house. My parents made it so nice for me, so I would probably say when I can't remember what age I was, but I was young, maybe, 10, 11. I got an orange BMX, a bike that I was desperate for, with the stump heads on the back. And yeah, I used to love that bike, man. But it got robbed one time. I left it outside a shop, so yeah.
Hi, Jack Grealish. I've always wanted to ask, how do you have big shinny, like small shin pads, but massive calves? Because I want to know the exercise stuff so then I can get yours.
No, I've always had big calves for my whole life. I don't know why. Just genes maybe in the family. But yeah, I've also small shin pads. I just think they're more comfortable for myself to play in. When you're training and playing, you want to feel as comfortable as possible. So I actually don't do any exercises now. I just, yeah, they just look big and good. So yeah, don't really actually do anything on them in the gym.
I'm gutted to hear that Jack doesn't do specific exercise in his calves. I wanted to know what the secret was. Apparently it's all genetics. But how great is it and how much of a boost is it for our team to have him back? Obviously he wasn't able to play against Man City.
It's amazing, obviously, to have him at the club. I think they've done wonders to get him here. He's a world-class player. I think everyone can see that. But to have him in our starting 11 is exciting for us, and back in the team is a massive, massive help for us.
How much does a boost like that give to the team in terms of, a world-class player coming to a team like that and knowing everyone kind of has to raise their standards? Does it affect the players like that? It's
just a massive boost. Obviously, knowing that a player wants to come of his standard, to us, it helps everyone. It helps the backroom staff. It helps the players on training. It just the overall fear factor is just lifted. And obviously, he's a good lad off the pitch. So it just helps massively that a player of his calibre can come to the club.
And as a fan favourite yourself, you'll know what it's like for someone like Jack to have the love that he has from the fans. How much of a boost is that, and what can we do as fans to really boost him continuously on the pitch?
Obviously, you carry on what he's doing. Just that's it. The fans will love him. The fans will love you if you run the extra mile or you give something and show your passion for the shirt. That's what the fans want. The most important, and they'll clap you off every day. Do you know what I mean? So I think in a way of just being Jack as he is, he's got no problem in that. The fans will always cheer him, the fans will get behind him, and it's just obviously being in our squad, it is something special for us.
And he obviously had that incredible moment in our last home game against Crystal Palace. That moment itself, do you think we needed a moment like that as fans in this new stadium, just complete scenes and limbs that he brought us?
Yeah, it is a bit strange sometimes. It can happen like that, and it can just take something as obviously as crazy as his goal is, just to set it off. And I, like even when before we moved here, I had no doubt the fans would raise the roof on here. That's no problem. But like I said earlier on, sometimes the team needs to give you a little spark, do something to lift the fans, because it is to be honest, it is hard moving from Goodison to here. But the team or a person on the team, obviously especially like Jack is now, is helping massively with the fans.
And still more to see from him as well?
Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely.
Yeah? Amazing. Well, it's now time to hear from our opposition manager, Thomas Frank, in his press conference.
Thomas, you've made 4 changes, tinkering the team around. Can I talk to you, though, about Xavi and Kolo? First start for Tottenham for Kolo, and Xavi, more game time for him as he settles in.
Yeah, definitely Xavi, as I said a few times, I'm quite happy with his, the way he built adding layers into the team. Now we get another opportunity to be in the 10th position, and Kolo looked, better and better and better. I still want more physical for him. He can only be sharper and better, but he looks sharp in training, looked good. So I'm looking forward to start him.
What about this centre midfield partnership? It's come under a little bit of scrutiny, hasn't it? But I'm guessing you're happy with the way that it's going?
Yeah, to be fair, the good thing I hear nothing about that scrutiny, so people can talk all they want. I'm happy with the two of them. I think they've been good for us, and I think it's not only about them, it's about the 11 and how we, add it together and try to make it work off diff.
How do you go about making it work then here at a new stadium, different surroundings, different atmosphere that you wouldn't have been used to before, let alone your players?
Yeah, I've just been around and looking at it. It looks like a beautiful stadium, fantastic, fantastic for Everton, very good for the Premier League. We're looking forward to it today. I expect a fantastic atmosphere. That's what you want. You want to compete in the best arenas, and this is mainly maybe one of them with Everton fans. So, yeah, I look forward to the game. We are ready for it, and we believe in ourselves, and we go for the 3 points.
I said to David Moyes it should be a good contest, bearing in mind your away record and Everton at home this season.
Yeah, definitely. They've been very good in general, maybe even better at home. We've been solid on the road, and I'm not in doubt we put a very competitive performance out there today.
Good luck. We'll speak to you later.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Cheers. See you soon. See you afterwards. Thank you.
Okay, well, we've got some live scenes coming through from the tunnel of the Hill Dickinson Stadium soon. It's kickoff coming up very, very soon. But for us today, what do you think is going to be key for another home win?
It's just a team performance. We've got to have a team performance. Everyone's sticking together. I think, obviously, later on the stages, I think we'll nick it. It's just that every player needs to be togetherness here, because it will be a tough game today. They've got some brilliant players, and the way they're playing, it is a difficult game. But I was saying, we're home, so I don't care who comes here, we need to win.
And you said, they are a very good team. Are there any players in particular from Spurs that you're interested in seeing today?
There's individuals all over the field. It's just dangerous. They are a dangerous team. To pinpoint anyone, it's quite difficult, because with Tottenham, like you can get a hit and miss every now and again with certain players. But as a team in unit, what we've seen over the season, they're a good strong team. But I'm hoping they're not that good this afternoon.
Well, if anything's going to help us, you can feel the atmosphere already. You can feel it buzzing. What is it like to play on under the lights kickoff like this? It's
special. Obviously, night games is obviously the night's settling in now. Especially at Goodison, the night games were special always. You didn't care who you played against. The night games were special. But being now at the new stadium, and obviously the fans are settling in, I think it's growing and growing. It's getting better and better. But it's only got to take time, which we all know. But it's exciting times.
And, we said they're a good team, but so are we. I think we can really fancy ourselves today. How excited are you for this kickoff?
Yeah, definitely. We're at home, so we've got to put a good, strong team performance in. We've got to get a win being at home. We've got to stick together. We've got to continue and keep the confidence going. And being at home, we've got to get a result. We've got to get a win. So I've got no doubt that we will nick it.
Well, we've got the live scenes here as well of the tunnel cam, and the players are coming in. We spoke about Grealish a little bit as well. Is there anyone else that you're looking forward to seeing from the Everton team today?
I think Beto. I think he's got today. I've just got a feeling about Beto today. That his physical presence up there will cause problems for them. Obviously, the build-up play behind it, we've got to control possession, we control it. But obviously, I think I've got something with Beto today. I think he will cause problems for them.
And it must be hard, for strikers when you're sort of in and out the team. But what can we expect for him in terms of his physicality? We know what he can do when he gets behind the lines. Yeah,
that's what he's there for, and I think that David Moyes knows that. Obviously, we can swap and change, but we've got obviously Grealish on the left. We can control the ball a lot more easier. But we've got to make the right decision when we're playing up to him. But it's a tough game today, and it's one of them where we could be another scrappy win, but I'll take that all day.
Well, it kind of seems to be our season so far that, even when we're in games against difficult opposition or having a difficult time, you still trust us that we could get something out of that. Do you think that's down to Moyes, or do you think that's down to just the energy around the stadium? What's that down to?
I think it's everyone. I think being at home, the energy to the stadium will help. I think the players we've got now, I think we've got really good players, really class players. So I think quality-wise, I'm more confident now than I've ever been over the years. So I think it's one of them that a mixture of being at home and being here with the fans. It is that you've got to take these wins. Being at home, you've got to get these wins, and we've certainly got the players in the starting 11 to do that, who can win games for us.
And we want to set our standards high, right? Whoever comes here, we want to make sure that we're giving them a good game regardless.
Yeah, we're at home. We've got to. That's what I'm saying. I don't care who we're playing. what team we brought out, we're at home, we've got to win at home.
Was that always the expectation under a Moyes team, that, you know, when you're at home, it doesn't matter who turns up?
Yeah, he instills it in you that obviously as Everton, you've got to go and win every game. But especially as me growing up, as an Evertonian and being in the city, the home games, you want, no matter who you play, you want to win. Obviously, there is really tough games, away games, you will take a draw, and that's being realistic. But being at home, no matter who, like I say, you've got to win. Being an Everton player, you've got to win.
Well, I can already hear the sirens starting to come in, and we're going to hand you over soon to our commentary team, available to Forever Blue Plus premium and season ticket members, along with subscribers to Everton TV Plus. So if you aren't signed up yet, please make sure that you do. Just go to evertonfc.com/foreverblue/membership. So before we go over to Darren and Snoz, let's soak in the electric Hill Dickinson atmosphere as we get ready for the sirens and that famous drum roll of Z cars. You can hear it now, can't you?